Hey, glad you're with us here on Mugshots Grill and Bar on Airport Boulevard. Pat Greenwood and the head coach Joey Jones as we continue on the Joey Jones Show, getting ready for the Ragin' Cajuns to invade Land People's Stadium tonight. And let's talk about the offense. And the big thing is we know Terrence Broadway, their big-time quarterback, is out tonight. I think it was a broken arm, if I'm not mistaken. But how much does the offense change with him out? He's a big part of it, but how good are they without him?
That's a good question. We really don't know much about the backup quarterback. He looked good on film for that quarter or so that we watched him play. So a lot of the good thing about what they have is they got a great offensive line. They've got two great running backs. They've got some great receivers. So those guys can work around him and win with him. I don't know how he'll play. Terrence Broadway was a big factor, though. There's no doubt in my mind that he made that offense go. But they've got other players that can certainly make plays.
Well, that's the thing. If they didn't have any other weapons, I'd feel pretty good about it.
Exactly.
But you said the offensive line is good. They got a couple of running backs that can play. Receivers are pretty good as well, aren't they?
They are. You saw Tom Brady 7 catch a touchdown there. He's going to be an NFL guy, and their running backs are just. I think they're by far the best tandem in the league. They can run those guys in there, and you don't know who's in there, and all of a sudden they're running for 60 yards for a touchdown.
Well, and they lead the conference in almost every statistical category. Why are they so good?
Well, the one thing I admired about what Lafayette's done is they really run the same things over and over again. And they change the formations and do some different little looks, but they run the same plays throughout the year and just keep getting better and better and better. They don't try to invent a new offense every week. So I think that's why they're good. Of course, they got good players, and that certainly makes a big difference, but they do a good job coaching them too.
But there's something to be said for that when you may only have 10 plays in your arsenal, but if you execute those right, every play you draw up is supposed to score a touchdown, right?
Well, you still got to stop them.
Right.
That's the thing. If they're so good at running that play, you still got to stop them. And I think sometimes coaches get into scheming too much and worrying about coming up with something new every week. And
right.
I think that can hurt you offensively, and they don't do that.
All right, so our defense tasked with slowing these guys down today. Let's talk about how well they've been performing in the past several weeks.
Their defense has performed very well. They're opportunistic. They've gotten a lot of turnovers, and they seem to really just understand the game. I think coaching-wise, they've done a great job of getting the players to understand where they are on the field, understand the situation on defense. Is it third and short? Is it third and medium? Is it third and long? And you can tell they've been coached very well. And so I think that's what they do. They're kind of a bend but don't break. I hate to say it that way, but that sounds kind of like they're just all backed up and they're not play. They play really good football up front, and they're going to make you beat them.
Well, and you look at us defensively, when you look at the Sun Belt Conference stats, we're anywhere between second and fourth in almost every defensive category. And that's got to make you feel good, especially considering that how young we are as a program and where we've progressed since day one.
Yeah, we have progressed. There's no doubt about it. And a lot of it has to do with our leadership. And the one I'm standing right there with Mel Jones. And we've got a bunch of seniors that care about it. And they really are just good people. I mean, I tell you what, they're good football players, but man, these guys, there's so many guys out of senior class I'd tell anybody in Mobile or to hire just because of the kind of people they are.
Well, and what does that do? Because, I've had the same experience. I've interviewed a lot of these guys, been around a lot of these guys, and I've never run across one. And I'm not saying this because I'm the host of the Joey Jones Show. I've never run across one that I was like, man, I just don't know about that guy.
Yeah, we just don't have them. And one thing, we try not to recruit those kind of guys. And if they fool us in recruiting, then they're usually gone in about a year.
Right. When you do that recruiting, you know what they can do on the field. How much do you do about their character, their classroom habits? How much of that is part of the recruiting process?
A lot of times you can ask the people at their high school. You go ask the janitor, you go ask the assistant principal, you ask the teacher about. They're going to tell you what they really are. The coach is going to kind of sell them,
right?
But you got to ask other people, and we usually find out a lot of information by just asking questions in the school.
Well, and if you've got somebody on the field with equal talent, one guy's a good guy, one guy's a bad guy, it makes it an easy decision for you, doesn't it?
Easy, because you win with good people. Yeah. You obviously need good athletes. Don't get me wrong. We're looking for the best athletes we can find, but if you got a good person on top of it, you really got something special.
So defensively, what do we have to do tonight against Louisiana Lafayette? Because they can come at you in a variety of ways. We
got to play our defense, and one thing that we've done is we're not going to change and invent something new. We're going to play our defense. We understand. Now we got to make some adjustments to what they do, but we're not going to do anything new that's out of the ordinary for our players. So they understand how to play that defense, and we got to play our technique, and we got to tackle. These running backs are very good running backs. They're going to break tackles. They're big, fast, and so we got to wrap up and swarm to the football.
Can you compare Lafayette's offensive attack to anything that we've seen so far this year?
Not really. They're probably actually closer to us than anybody we've played. They run the pistol offense with tailbacks behind the quarterback. And they do a good bit of that. They run the ball probably a little more than we do, and try to run it more than we do. They run the zone play and those big linemen. So they're kind of a zone and play action team. They don't spread it out and throw it as much as we do, but they really like to play action, throw deep, play action, throw 15-yard passes.
And tell us how you prepare each week, because you've got a scout team that runs, you know, I would assume, a scout team that runs what the other team's going to run all week. How realistic is that? How close can you get to what they're going to do come Saturday night?
Our guys do a great job of showing looks for our defense. It's just not run at the same kind of speed. You know, when you got a tailback that's 230 pounds and runs a 4.5, and your scout team running back may not be quite that big and fast. You know, and plus they've been executing that offense for years, and our guys, you know, have only done it for 3 days.
A week,
so,
yeah.
so you know, the execution probably not quite as good, and it's never going to be as fast as it will be in the game. But that's something our guys have done a good job. We go against our offense some and practice every day to see the speed of the game. I think that helps.
Absolutely. All right. Well, coming up, we'll take a look around the Sun Belt Conference and show you an exciting finish in Bowling Green, Kentucky last week, and we'll look ahead to today's schedule, which is pretty light, by the way. Stay with us. We'll wrap it up on the Joey Jones Show in just a couple of minutes.
Come here.